Great middleweight fight has been announced July 26th in Abu Dhabi. Robert Whittaker versus Rainier de Ridder. Whittaker's number 5 in the middleweight division. De Ridder is number 13 in the division. De Ridder's fresh off a TKO win in the second round over Bo Nickel. Whittaker is coming off a loss via submission to Khamzat Chimaev in the first round. This will be very interesting. Huge opportunity for De Ridder to break into top 5 and become a new title contender. Also, this is the main event of the card, so it's going to be 5 rounds, 25 minutes of action. Islam Makhachev says, this Saturday's main event between Bilal and JDM will define my next move, but regardless of the outcome of that fight, I'm not going to vacate my lightweight title. We might get real contender there.
Will the winner face Islam Makhachev as 170?
We don't know yet, but it is definitely an option. This summer, there's going to be so many great fights from Saturday night to October. We've got really incredible fights laid out. So Saturday's result will definitely impact what happens with Islam.
Daniel Cormier thinks that Alex Pereira wasn't hacked when he says, I always answer the UFC calls, but if they want to play with me, we can do that. I never spoken poorly of the UFC, but with what I just heard, I'm disheartened. I already had thoughts of not fighting anymore. And after what was just relayed to me, this may be the start.
Pereira's a liar. Pereira did not get hacked. And then somebody called him and was like, yo, calm down. I don't believe the hack thing, bro. It's too convenient. It was too specific. It kind of sounded like Pierre. Wow, I can't believe you just called that out. Wow,
I'm saying it in public.
I'm saying it in public. Remember, Chill, we still ain't got a main event for international fight. What about you, Ankalaev? Are you available? Ankalaev's like, okay, I can fight. And then you go to Pereira and go, Pereira, are you available? And Alex is like, well, it's short time to get ready. Okay, Alex, we're going to give somebody else this title fight. Alex gets mad, goes to the internet, puts that up there, then gets a call going, hey, man, you know, that's my thought. That's what happened. But I know this game enough to put that together and feel pretty confidently to say it on ESPN. They might have told that boy that somebody else was going to get that fight on the international fight, but he got mad. I hope he don't get mad at me.
The main event of UFC 317 International Fight Week may be announced early Sunday morning at the post-fight press conference for UFC 315. A lot of guys vying for a title shot in the welterweight division. Sean Brady, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Ian Machado Gary, and Joaquin Buckley is going to ask for one if he beats Usman June 14th in Atlanta, Georgia. But Sean Brady is down in the meantime to fight Ian Machado Gary.
He loses, Islam moves up. That's what we're hearing. I want to fight. Me and Ian should fight. Whoever wins, even like if Bilal wins and he's not able to fight for a while, like I want to fight towards the end of the summer, like August. Let me and Ian fight, and then whoever wins that is the true. Even though I know I'm the true #1 contender, but whoever wins,
Shavkat comes back
in October, but October really means December. December really means January of next year. So you got all these. Then you got Buckley and Usman fighting. Whoever wins that, they're saying they're #1. So everyone's got this claim to the title. Ian's saying he's not accepting any fights.
Who is?
Ian Gary said he's not accepting any fight unless it's for the belt, which is crazy.
Mauricio Rufy says he was offered Mateusz Gamrot on 2 weeks' notice, but he declined taking that fight. Rufy declined because he didn't feel 2 weeks' notice is enough time to get ready for a guy like Gamrot. And you're going to have to go pretty hard if you're taking on Gamrot, defend a lot of wrestling attacks nonstop for 15 minutes. So while it's a great opportunity for unranked Rufy to fight number 7 ranked Gamrot, not doing it on 2 weeks' notice was not something he was interested in doing. Gamrot's been offered everyone across the board. He was offered number 1 ranked Arman Sarukian, and then a couple unranked guys in Rufy and Ludovic Klein. So who knows who he's fighting next? It could literally be anyone from any ranking or outside of the ranking or even outside of the UFC. Who knows? Pantoja says, lately a large number of followers are asking me to confront Merab and thus make history. But do I really need to make history? I'm the only Brazilian UFC champion and currently defended the belt 3 times. I feel confident in the 57 kg category. Why would I change divisions? And what else to prove? I think my game would work well against Merab. But then what? The UFC has already signaled that they have no interest in champions of more than one division due to the delay in defending the title. So in order to migrate, I would probably have to give up the 57 kg belt. Some people struggle with stability. They think everything needs to change all the time. They're never satisfied with what they have. I'm not that person. I'm not that guy. Exhaustively repeat the basics that work and avoid hearing criticism from those who have never built anything. This is how you will go far. You can trust. Jimmy Flick, cut by the UFC. He's no longer on the UFC roster. He went 2-4 in his UFC career, lost his last 2 fights, but an entertaining fighter, always going for submission attempts like crazy on the ground.
Feeling great, baby. Ready to take it tomorrow. Take the whole thing. I take everything. This is my house. Montreal's my house.
Man, there is nothing like that feeling. There is nothing like coming out in front of the Canadian fans, feeling that energy, keeping everything calm tonight. Tomorrow it's all action, baby. Let's go, Canada. I love you guys. Thank you so much for this.
Ready, tomorrow night. Jack's done. Jack's dead. I'm starving. He's not going to get come off my plate.
Nicholas Dalby says about Randy Brown, you know someone has deep insecurities when even after securing a KO win over you as the first ever, a win bonus and a fight of the night bonus, they still bitching about facts about how they constantly make fouls when fighting. God bless that level of pettiness. I guess they're aiming to be awarded the Source winner of the night as well. I'm sorry it was so hurtful, but take the W and move on. Dalby's a warrior and tough as hell, but he was talking shit before the fight, so when you do that, maybe you can anticipate the guy who beat you may not be that gracious afterwards. But like I said, Dalby's a warrior, tough as hell, and that moment was so crazy because Dalby decided to engage in a firefight and go out on his shield. So credit to Brown and Dalby for that moment. It might go down as one of the knockouts of the year, maybe knockout of the year.
But like ideally, when you can have that relationship with, you know, like a really popular figure, I imagine that's when it's
the best.
superstar.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
had that with Connor. Had that with Dana for a long time.
I wish you guys would just be good
Can
again.
you put in a word?
Yeah. What do you want me to say? You
Yeah,
kidding me?
Ariel's pretty cool.
Of course. That's easy.
Let's show the world. You know, there's
That
so much
forgiveness
friction.
exists.
Yes.
Yes.
Look at everyone. There's
What do you think-
ceasefires happening
what
all
do you
over the world.
You and I, in this octagon of life, together we will fight.
Guys, listen, you are an absolute gunless, knifeless, liberal maxi pad. If you were any less athletic, you'd be a literal woman. The minute that women started voting, the whole world went to just absolute shit.
Moscow Kraus.
This is Eric New Breed Coat. Joe K-Sound. Again. One more.